Today, Nike is worth tens of billions of dollars. Its logo is everywhere, from stadiums to streetwear. But the company didn't begin with money, fame, or power. It began with something almost unbelievable, a $35 loan, and a wild idea from a young man named Phil Knight. Phil was a quiet, introverted runner from Oregon. He wasn't a natural businessman. He wasn't wealthy. But he had one thing that mattered, a belief that Japanese running shoes could defeat German brands like Adidas. After graduating from Stanford, Phil wrote a paper describing what he called the Japanese running shoe revolution. He believed Japan could do to the shoe market what it had already done to the camera industry, offer better quality at a lower price. He decided to test his theory. In 1962, Phil traveled to Japan and met with a small shoe manufacturer called Onitsuka. He told them he represented a company named Blue Ribbon Sports. But there was one problem. Blue Ribbon Sports did not exist. Phil had invented the name on the spot. Miraculously, Onitsuka agreed to let him distribute their shoes in America. When Phil came home, he needed money to place his first order. His father agreed to help, with a small loan of just $35. That was the beginning of Nike. Phil Knight and his coach Bill Bowerman started selling the shoes from the trunk of Phil's car at local track meets. They had no office, no employees, no marketing budget, but the shoes were good. Runners loved them, and Blue Ribbon Sports began to grow. However, success didn't come smoothly. As demand increased, Onitsuka tried to push Phil out. The Japanese company planned to replace Blue Ribbon Sports with a distributor they controlled. Phil realized that if he didn't act fast, his entire business could collapse. So he took the biggest risk of his life. He decided to create his own shoe brand. The new company needed a name. Ideas like Dimension 6 were suggested and rejected. Then an employee suggested a simple word, Nike, the name of the Greek goddess of victory. Phil didn't love it at first, but he approved it anyway. Next came the logo. They hired a graphic design student who charged only $35 to create what would become one of the most recognizable logos in the world, the swoosh. But the beginning of Nike was far from victorious. Money was tight. Banks refused to give loans. Orders arrived late. The company nearly collapsed, more than once. Phil worked constantly, fighting lawsuits, cash flow problems, and an industry that didn't believe a small American company could compete with Adidas. But then, everything changed. Runners loved Nike's lightweight shoes. Bowerman's innovative designs gained attention. Sales skyrocketed. And in 1972, Nike officially launched during the US Olympic trials. The brand exploded. By the late 1970s, Nike dominated the American market. The company that started with $35 became a global powerhouse valued in the billions. Phil Knight once said, "The cowards never started, and the weak died along the way." That leaves us. Nike's success was never guaranteed. It took risk, failure, reinvention, and a dream backed by a tiny loan. Today, the swoosh represents victory. But its origins represent something even more powerful, belief. If you enjoy stories like this, make sure to subscribe for the next one.